Call the special Bucyrus Council meeting for December 19, 2024 to order at 9:38 p.m. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Myers.
Here.
Deshawn.
Here.
Shireman is absent. Moritz.
Here.
Sherrick.
Here.
Hickman. Here. Me.
Granting for permission for visitors to speak, is there anybody that would like to come and address council for the special meeting? And because of it being a special meeting, the only thing you can come to the podium and address about is what's on the agenda.
Greg White, 1125 Hillcrest Drive. I hope some of you council people will make your mind up before you vote not to vote for these raises. I think that there's other priorities. I even read a little piece of paper that somebody said there ought to be no raises and possibly hiring freezes should be put into effect. So if you vote for this, this council will live with this decision. Yes, maybe the money is in the budget, okay? The auditor has clearly stated that there's money for this and that, but certain projects got put on hold because of this, okay? Or could be put on hold. The auditor's also made comments before too that maybe this next year our sewer rates could go up, our water rates could go up, our trash rates could go up, paying for these raises, okay? So you're going to put all the burden back on the taxpayers again. Like I said earlier, these fine men and women that serve our police department, you know, I'm sorry, you can't short staff them. I kind of agree with somebody said. I think that this council needs to put a minimum standard, just like the fire department, on for staffing for the police department per shift. Okay? You know, I applaud the police officer who spoke. I understand he might get into some serious trouble over this, but I will back him. And I will fight for him for the comments that he made. Because guess what? If somebody comes in this town, takes out 2 officers, and that's all we have, guess what? You got nothing. Absolutely no help until you get the sheriff or other agencies in here. That's pitiful in my book. So if you vote with your conscience, but remember, people are going to hold you accountable for your vote. I sure will. Thank you.
Ken Long, 625 South Spring Street. Less than 2 months ago, it was a big deal to have a levy for equipment for our safety forces, and now we're pending a vote here to go $300,000 in debt over budget, and we're not talking about any equipment at all. I'm not sure how that was such a hot issue a few months ago, and now it's not even going to get mentioned. You know, so something has to give. You know, people may deserve a raise, but if the money's not there, it's just 1 + 1 = 2. Simple as that. Thank you.
Any other public participation?
Yeah, Logan Beeman, Freewire. Just wanted to say, you know, it's nice to meet you all in person. I think I know Kurt and Chris. We've met before and spoke, but most of my questions I can just email you guys. I guess there were some questions I was going to ask, but as I understand it, I cannot ask them because they aren't on the agenda. I think you all, I've emailed just about all of you and spoken to you. I do find it the epitome of hypocrisy that the person who founded the Facebook page Citizens for a More Transparent Bucyrus is the only person who won't email me back. So, but anyways, I just wanted to say I look forward to working with all of you, and that's all I had.
Bob Taylor, 411 Plymouth. First, like I'm not saying anybody doesn't deserve a raise, and I'm not going to tell you guys how to vote for this. I'm just saying that the numbers just don't look right. You know what I mean? Like when you're $300,000, but whatever. Because I understand some money comes from here, some money comes from there. You need a new roof, you need a new fire truck, whatever. Now, from everything I've heard through the budget, I think the auditor does a great job. She explained it the best that she could for me to understand it. I think you guys, sounds like you might have it under control or at least some sort of plan, which is great. The $4 million you cut is great. So, just vote how you feel it is, and let's just hope that it's not leading us down the road to lay off any of the service forces, you know? And this is not an attack. But Kurt, stop with the YouTube videos, man. That's not productive. If you're going to keep that up, why don't you just do the citizens a favor and step down? Because what you did and what you've been doing, you're attacking the other council members, and it appears to me, and I'm a pretty straight shooting individual. I call things the way I see them, and it's just what I'm seeing is that you're just doing it to rile people up. It's not productive. I think from what I've heard, like I said, it feels like y'all got some sort of plan and we're heading into the right direction, maybe. It's better than what we were doing. It's better than the bickering and the fighting, and I don't want to be a part of it. And I don't think most of the public does. I mean, they're watching it because it's funny, and that's why I wore the wig, and that's why I wore the mask, purely for entertainment. But to be honest, as a responsible taxpaying citizen, it's unacceptable. You know, and I think most people that take these positions are doing it because they care. Maybe. Most of those people that work in the service forces, here's some advice to you guys. And if you've joined the police force or the fire department, or you're in public service for the money, it's for the wrong reason. You should be doing it because you care about your community. And I'm only going to say that because I can say it with experience from being in the military. You don't join the military for the money either. You do it for the service. So I think if everybody just looks at it maybe a little bit like that, maybe things can keep going the right direction. I don't know. But the antagonizing and the bickering and the YouTube videos. Now, if you want to put a YouTube video up and say we need to have some public's opinion on a meeting tonight, which is an important thing, which is the budget, very important. But the content you put out was pretty directed, and you were making some accusations, insinuations that probably are uncalled for. I'd recommend you probably stop that or step down. Thanks.
Thank you.
Any other public participation? Moving on, consideration of proposed legislation for the first time.
Proposed ordinance 40-2024, it's the 2025 budget. It's establishing an appropriations measure meeting the ordinary expenses of the city of Bucyrus, state of Ohio during the fiscal year ending 31 December 2025 and declaring an emergency. Proposed ordinance 41-2024, it's the year-end reduction of appropriations. It's amending and supplementing ordinance number 50-2023, being the annual appropriations ordinance for 2024 by decreasing the transfers line item by $600,000 within the general government category within the Program 7 general government subparagraph, also decreasing the capital outlay line item by $107,877.20 within the sewage disposal category within the WSRLA-Nevada water line subparagraph, also decreasing the other uses line item by $14,183.85 within the general government category within the FEMA 2023 539 North Lane Street subparagraph. Also decreasing the capital outlay line item by $455,000 within the airport category within the airport grant subparagraph. Also decreasing the capital outlay line item by $130,000 within the waterworks distribution category within the OPWC Nevada waterline subparagraph. Also decreasing the capital outlay line item by $800,000 within the waterworks distribution category within the H2 Ohio grant Nevada waterline subparagraph. Also decreasing the contractual services line item by $50,000 and the capital outlay line item by $382,000, with both aforesaid line items being within the lands and buildings category within the ODNR All Miller Walking Path subparagraph. Also decreasing the capital outlay line item by $62,000 within the street CM and R category and the capital outlay line item by $62,000 within the sewers and drains category, and the capital outlay line item being by $61,000 within the stormwater category, with all aforesaid line items and categories being within the OPWC Dudley Street reconstruction sewer separation subparagraph. Also decreasing the capital outlay line item by $2,339,640.45 within the sewage disposal category within the wastewater plant construction subparagraph. Also decreasing the capital outlay line item by $70 within the fire department category within the fire levy subparagraph. And finally, decreasing the personal services line item by $40,000 within the waterworks administration category and the contractual services line item by $30,000 and the materials and supplies line item by $55,000 and the capital outlay line item by $1,374,143.38, with all aforesaid line items being within the distribution category and the transfers line item by $50,000 within the debt retirement category, with all aforesaid line items and categories being within the waterworks subparagraph, and declaring an emergency. Proposed ordinance 42-2024, it's the year-end appropriations. Amending and supplementing ordinance number 50-2023 being the annual appropriations ordinance for 2024 by appropriating from unappropriated general funds the sum of $17,000 to the contractual services line item within the street lighting category within the Program 1 Security of Persons and Property subparagraph. Further, by appropriating from unappropriated general funds the sum of $8,500 to the personal services line item within the mayor category, and $10,000 to the refunds line item within the administration category, and $2,000 to the personal services line item within the auditor category, and $6,000 to the personal services line item within the law director category, and $500 to the personal services line item within the service director category, and $300 to the personal services line item within the civil service category, and $3,000 to the personal services line item within the general government category, with all line items and categories being within the Program 7 General Government subparagraph. Further, by appropriating from unappropriated FEMA 2023 539 North Lane Street funds the sum of $14,183.85 to the contractual services line item within the general government category within the FEMA 2023 539 North Lane Street subparagraph. Further, by appropriating from unappropriated ARPA 2022 Ohio criminal justice funds the sum of $2,702.50 to the personal services line item within the police department category within the ARPA 2022 Ohio criminal justice subparagraph. Further, by appropriating from unappropriated 2024 Ohio Victims Assistance Grant Funds the sum of $2,396.33 to the personal services line item within the police department category within the 2024 Ohio Crime Victims Assistance Grant subparagraph. Further, by appropriating from unappropriated waterworks funds the sum of $20,000 to the personal services line item and $15,000 to the materials and supplies line item, with both line items being within the filtration category, and $30,000 to the personal services line item within the distribution category, with all line items and categories being within the waterworks subparagraph. Further, by appropriating from unappropriated sewage disposal funds the sum of $20,000 to the personal services line item within the sewage disposal operation and maintenance category and $25,000 to the personal services line item within the sewers and drains category, with all line items and categories being within the sewage disposal subparagraph. Further, by appropriating from unappropriated solid waste management funds the sum of $15,000 to the personal services line item within the solid waste management administration category within the solid waste management subparagraph. And finally, by appropriating from unappropriated stormwater utility funds the sum of $3,000 to the debt retirement line item within the debt retirement category within the stormwater utilities subparagraph, and declaring an emergency.
That deserves a dollar right there.
Proposed ordinance 43-2024, it's amending ordinance number 23-2023, as amended by ordinance number 44-2022, as amended by ordinance number 42-2020, the table of human resource staffing organization for the city of Bucyrus, Ohio, and declaring an emergency. Proposed ordinance number 44-2024, it's the 2025 manpower. An ordinance amending ordinance number 20-2024, establishing the compensation and human resource staffing, sick leave, and vacation of employees of the various departments of the city of Bucyrus, Ohio, and enacting in its place legislation pertaining to the compensation and human resource staffing, sick leave, and vacation of employees of various departments in the city of Bucyrus, Ohio, commencing January 1st, 2025, and declaring an emergency.
Need a motion to accept as a first reading?
So moved.
Mr. Myers made the motion, Mr. Hickman seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Public participation. Any member of the general public may present their input or comments on legislation that's been read for the first time. Seeing none, referred back to originating committee. Ordinance 40-2024 is referred back to finance. Ordinance 41-2024 is referred back to finance. Ordinance 42-2024 is referred back to finance. Ordinance 43-2024 is referred back to finance. Ordinance 44-2024 is referred back to finance. Committee report on pending legislation. Finance Committee.
Finance is favorable to proposed ordinance 40-2024, which is the 2025 budget. Finance is favorable to proposed ordinance 41-2024, the year-end reduction of appropriations. Finance is favorable to proposed ordinance 42-2024, the year-end appropriations. Finance is favorable to proposed ordinance 43-2024, which is the 2025 billet. Finance is favorable to proposed ordinance 44-2024, the 2025 manpower ordinance.
Further consideration of pending legislation. Ordinance 40-2024, which is the 2025 budget. For the second and third reading of proposed ordinance 40-2024, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Myers made the motion, Ms. Sherrick seconded.
Myers?
Yes.
Sherrick?
Yes.
Hickman?
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
DeShawn?
No.
Shireman is absent. Moritz?
Yes.
So it requires a 6 vote to waive the second and third reading, and we did not have the 6 votes. We only had 5. So proposed ordinance 40-2024, which is the 2025 budget, is held to a first reading. For the second and third reading of proposed ordinance 41-2024, which is the year-end reduction of appropriations, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Myers made the motion, Ms. Sherrick seconded.
Myers?
Yes.
Sherrick?
Yes.
Hickman?
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
DeShawn?
Yes.
Shireman is absent. Moritz?
Yes.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed ordinance 41-2024?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Sherrick made the motion, Mr. Moritz seconded.
Sherrick?
Yes.
Moritz?
Yes.
Hickman?
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
Myers?
Yes.
DeShawn?
Yes.
Shireman is absent.
Ordinance 41-2024 is duly adopted. For the second and third reading of proposed ordinance 42-2024, which is the year-end appropriations, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Myers made the motion, Ms. Sherrick seconded.
Myers?
Yes.
Sherrick?
Yes.
Hickman?
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
DeShawn?
Yes.
Shireman is absent. Moritz?
Yes.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed ordinance 42-2024?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Myers made the motion, Mr. Moritz seconded.
Myers?
Yes.
Moritz?
Yes.
Sherrick?
Yes.
Hickman?
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
DeShawn?
Yes.
Shireman is absent.
Ordinance 42-2024 is duly adopted. For the second and third reading of proposed ordinance 43-2024, which is the 2025 billet, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Myers made the motion, Ms. Sherrick seconded.
Myers?
Yes.
Sherrick?
Yes.
Hickman?
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
DeShawn?
Yes.
Shireman is absent. Moritz?
Yes.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed ordinance 43-2024?
So moved. Second. Second.
Mr. Myers made the motion, Mr. Moritz seconded.
Myers?
Yes.
Moritz?
Yes.
Sherrick?
Yes.
Hickman?
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
DeShawn?
Yes.
And Shireman is absent.
Ordinance 43-2024 is duly adopted. For the second and third reading of proposed ordinance 44-2024, which is the 2025 manpower, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Myers made the motion, Mr. Hickman seconded.
Myers?
Yes.
Hickman?
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
DeShawn?
No.
Shireman is absent. Moritz?
Yes.
Sherrick?
Yes.
Ordinance 44-2024 is held to a first reading due to only receiving 5 yes votes. Need a motion to excuse any of the council members that are absent. Seeing none, need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Myers made the motion. Was it Mr. Hickman?
Sure.
Mrs. Sherrick seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We're adjourned at 10 p.m.